I was originally going to start making a video this week about cultural Marxism again. More specifically, critical queer theory and critical queer praxis as it pertains to the whole concept and idea of the modern alphabet soup, the LGBTQIA plus bullshit. I mean, they started adding, two-spirit on there? It's communist gobbledygook. It's really easy to go over, it's really easy to go through, but at the same time, I'm just in a really fucking bad mood. I'm in a really bad mood right now. I shit my guts out. Woke up way too early. I didn't really get back to sleep properly. I feel like dog shit. I don't want to talk about the same shit I talk about all the time that's largely just negative and miserable, so I decided I'm going to talk about something I really enjoy. And I know I used... Look at this shitty voice acting. It's charming in its own way, but... I decided I was going to talk about something I actually like, and something I actually enjoy. Which is why I decided, you know what, I'm just going to talk over me playing one of the greatest video games ever made. It's actually a masterpiece. And if you look at it from today's perspective, I mean, heck, even back then, a lot of people complained about how clunky it is, because this game was created before PlayStations had analog sticks. There were no analog stick controls for this game. And I'll be able to showcase that once this training starts. This is the training level. It's not a real tutorial, it's just training. See, if I want to be able to look around and move around, I just have to use the D-pad here. If I want to walk forward, I have to press up. If I want to walk backwards, I hold back. Double tap in any direction to make a quick step. X is to jump, and the jump is, kind of poopy. But just holding back and tapping jump gives you a nice little backflip. Double tapping forward and jumping during your forward dash gives you a nice little jump. The real way that you're able to observe the world in this game isn't so much through manipulating the camera as it is by taking the over-the-shoulder camera mode. I think it's called the look button in this game. It allows you to look. And if you see, just because the guy had me in his line of sight, he didn't immediately identify me as a threat. If I let go of the sneak button, I was no longer obscured by this waist-high object. He can kind of see me on the edge of his vision, so he says, "What?" And he starts to walk towards me. He wants to get a closer look. Because that's what you do when you're like, what is that? What is that over there? What's going on? You don't 100% know, you as, the medieval security guard. I mean, 100% what are you looking at? You gotta get a closer look, especially when it's this dark. And of course, the darkness in this game, a big part of it is, every single mission takes place at night. So even though we're in a lit building, we got a really shitty draw distance because it's nighttime and it's still kind of dark. And a big part of that was hardware limitation. But at the same time, that's not really a bad thing at all. It just makes the game, it just really helps with the game's atmosphere. It makes everything about the game look better. It's just so beautiful. I mean, the execution animations, they get a little tired, they get a little boring, they take a long time, and you lose your key meter when you use them, which is why, when you get better at the game and you want to try and blow through everything as fast as possible, generally, what you're going to want to do is, you're just going to want to slash at people with your sword to get a regular attack in, as opposed to an execution. So that way you can just blow through the level a lot faster. I'll see if I can... Oh, nope, I got too close. Because, I'm not perfect. I get it. I make mistakes. Though I will say, for some reason, DuckStation doesn't like this ISO I downloaded. It runs the game like shit. I get lots of glitches and shit gets funky all the time. But man, do I love this fucking game. It's so beautiful. There we go. See, I did it that time. And it's not just the stealth in this game that really makes it interesting, because every single level has a boss fight. You have to stand your ground, you have to fight. It's not just about stealth. Though stealth is a key component on account of, you know, you're a ninja. The whole point of being a ninja is to be sneaky. I mean, the tagline for the game is to live by honor and kill by stealth. I guess I could go jump down there and just initiate combat. Especially in a 2v1. You can really see how the game's movement and freedom of expression really just makes the combat so satisfying in this game. Even though the average person, especially back in the day, really saw it as a really boring kind of a slog. If I just jump down here real quick, get a jump on this archer. Nope, nope, I wasn't fast enough. That's on me. Nope. Oh wow. That archer's aim is so bad he's almost hitting me. Nope, I missed. There we go. See, yeah, shit like that. That should have been a double jump. But this is what everyone thought the game was, where you just hold back and you keep blocking, and then you mash square to get your 3-hit combo off. Oh wow, that guy jumped down. Okay. But when you really know what you're doing, the game's combat becomes way more in-depth. See, look at that. The guy just fucking saw I was trying to throw a shuriken at him, and he reacted appropriately. That guy was in the middle of a combo, and instead of taking the time to use my big, normal square to swing the sword attack, I swung to my right to get a faster attack that I knew was going to hit him before his animation could hit me. Oof, we both went for the same move at the same time. It's just, this game was so far ahead of its time. Oop, I fucked that up. Oh, I barely missed that swing. I was trying to be fancy there. It really was. And it's just, this was on such primitive hardware, and it came out, like I said, before the PlayStation even had analog sticks. It's really just an amazing experience, and you don't really need shuriken to play the game at all. They give you 5 shuriken to play with in this, you know, little training level. But you can literally beat every single level in the game with just your grappling hook and just your sword.
Try harder. You need to focus.
Oh yeah. I need to try harder, I need to focus. Let's see. Novice. Yeah, that's not a good rating, but I mean, come on. I really wanted to show off some of the combat in this game. Let's see. Shit, I forgot I just wiped the memory card. So I can't just load up whatever. Well, actually, I could just use a cheat code and, you know, bring up the level select so I can pull up any level I want and show them off. But you know what, I think I'll just play the first level again. Not the training level I just did. And of course, each ninja plays differently. Ayame is slightly faster, she does less damage in combat, has more multi-hit moves. Rikimaru hits harder, he's not as fast, but you know, he's the OG, he's the best. I'm gonna play Ayame now. She's super neato. She's kind of a bitch. Rikimaru's super honorable, super polite. Oh hey, wait a minute, I didn't wipe my memory card, okay. Oh yeah, ninja. Fucking, with the way my game was running, I just fucking... The boss kept, like, despawning and respawning, and enemies kept despawning and respawning. The last time I tried to play that level, it was fucking rough. I could just go straight into the last level, actually. Yeah, I did pretty shitty on a lot of these levels. You know what, let's go here. Let's just do this first fight here real quick to really show off the combat. Just a little bit more. Because I really feel like that's where the game shines. It, like I said, it's not just about how satisfying it is to sneak around and, you know, execute people as a ninja. It's just being able to navigate the world and to have all these ninja tools to work with. They give you all these options. You know what? Let's use these. Fuck it, let's use all three of them. Let's grab some smoke bombs, because they're like the best item in the game. For combat anyways. I mean, the best item in the game for speeding up the process is definitely the poisoned rice. You throw a poisoned rice ball out there, guys will go off to eat it. It'll pull them away from the regular patrol paths or, you know, whatever spot they're standing and, you know, scanning. Because you'll have guys that just stand still, look to the left, look to the right, and it's a pain in the ass waiting for them to turn around. It's easy to just throw a fucking rice ball, make them walk off, and you're free to go. But let's get some shurikens. Let's just cap out on shurikens. You can only actually bring 3 items with you. Like, you have an item count. You can bring up to, you know, however many they'll allow you to take. But you can only bring a maximum of 3 ninja tools alongside your grappling hook. And some people might not be a fan of that.
Right where
But
you are.
I really don't mind it. I
seem
think
to
it's
be in great
nice
haste,
that
Mr.
the
Leo.
game limits
Where are you
you
going?
so that you can't just have everything at your
It's a
fingertips to
beautiful
solve
night.
every problem
You
at all
should be
times.
looking for a boyfriend, not playing with your dad's weapon. How dare you speak to me like that? I'll teach you some manners.
Yeah, she's gonna teach Ayame some manners. Good luck with that. Look, she's just trying to get in there. She's trying to get aggressive. Oh, there we go. I wasn't blocking or anything. That's fine. Oh, that was the wrong kind of jump. See what I mentioned about how this emulator doesn't really like this game? Cool, super shuriken. I was trying to do the running attack. Oh my goodness.
I have
So yeah, the emulator doesn't really do this game justice. It runs better when you put it in like an original PlayStation or a PS2 or a PS3, but
make it to the other side.
man, it's just so satisfying being able to jump around, do your little quick turn. What in the god? There we go, that time it worked. Do your little quick turn, or just do a turn like this. God damn. There we go. I wonder if those guys are going to immediately be aware of me because I was just fighting. That seems to be a problem on this level. Oh. Well, I guess they're not. Oop. So you got these tank controls that feel a little clumsy at first when you're not used to them. You got your look button there. Oh, I rolled down incorrectly. Ah, that's where... Okay, the guy all the way over there was the one who could see me on the roof. And you can only see so much. It really helps when you know where all of the enemies are in this game. Oh, maybe he was the guy who could see me on the roof. Weird that he's not coming down to fight me, but okay. Oh, damn, that's not what it was. Some of them you can actually do that cool little backflip off of. Ah, shit, there's an archer up there. Okay. Oh, okay. Where they can sneak up behind me. That wasn't what I wanted to do at all. That's... man. But yeah, guys can't actually do their blocking when you're behind them, which is, you know, a nice way to make it so that you're guaranteed to get your hits in. Let's try sneaking and looking a bit. Okay. Oh, yep, there's a guy over there. Man, I'm playing like shit right now. Nope, I had to back up. I was too close to the... There we go. See, in order to grab onto a ledge and climb, you actually have to jump and hold forward. But if, you know, you're trying to grab onto, like, the overhanging roof on a small building, if you're directly underneath it, your head's going to hit it. You're not going to be able to grab it. Small little details like that make navigating the world a little more difficult when you have less experience, and things like that are really frustrating to newer players. Like, I'm not bothered by it because I know I'm just fucking up. I'm just doing a shitty job right now. Which is part of why this game kind of gets a bad rap, even amongst the people who did enjoy it in the past. They just remember a lot of things that felt like jank, you know? A lot of things that felt clumsy, clunky, and uncomfortable, just in general. When really, a lot of it came down to a lack of mastery. And that's part of the reason that I love this game. Once you really get used to it, once you really understand the way the game operates, once you get a better understanding of the game's rules, it feels so good to navigate this world and to act like this cool sneaky ninja warrior. And I do mean warrior because, like I said, you do need to actually fight people. Wow, okay. I was blocking, but okay. Did he not take damage from that? Oh, that's a bit odd. See, the funny thing about the dogs is because dogs aren't as intelligent as people are, they don't know to dodge shuriken. So when I went to throw it at that dog, I knew the dog wasn't going to move because the dog doesn't know what the fuck that is. Small little details like that are really nice. And like I said, it really is the combat that makes this game so fucking wonderful. Not just the movement and the navigation. Like just being able to do the flips and the turns and all this cool stuff. All of that's really great. This game, it really is nice. And I get it, you know, in real life you have better peripheral vision than that. Somebody would have seen that, but, I mean, come on, it's a video game. They have cone sight, just like in the old Metal Gear Solid. I'm not gonna bitch and moan about that, because, I mean, it really is an old game, and it would be several times more difficult if everyone had truly realistic, what do you call it? Oh, you bastard dog. There we go. But yeah, if everyone had truly realistic sight and everything, the game would be a little too frustrating. I get that. I mean, you're already playing as a, you know, a ninja warrior. I mean, come on, it's not that realistic to begin with. I didn't actually get to use the smoke bomb in that boss fight like I should have. Should be. Oh, yep, there's an archer over there. But let's use our look mode to see if there's any other soldiers nearby. Nope. Yeah, I'm just gonna come over here and sneak along the wall so the guy can't actually see me. And, like, that's another thing right there, that, like, the look button gives you a lot of unrealistic angles. You literally wouldn't be able to see like that, but I mean... Or heck, there's also the key meter. That's not realistic. The game's not trying to be realistic. And that's another important thing to think about when it comes to game design and just gaming in general, is that people don't play games to have real life. They have real life for real life. I don't want that in my games. And that's kind of one of the problems I have with a lot of games that try and fail to be realistic, like Tarkov. Tarkov, you know, kind of pretends to be realistic, but it really isn't. It gives you just enough realism to be able to complain about the fact that it's not realistic, while removing all of the game logic and the game things that make gaming really fun and enjoyable. At least in my opinion. I couldn't fucking stand Tarkov, especially when there's better options out there. Hell, Marauders, if anyone's ever heard of that, Marauders had so much potential. It was really coming into its own as an amazing game, but it tried too hard to just be the next Tarkov, and that really killed it for me. There was one update I was really pissed off about where they made armor way too effective, and since I started playing too late into the wipe, all the players I ran into had like Panzer armor and were literally unkillable. It took like 6 headshots with a Luger to kill another player. And I get it, well, what are you using the Luger for? I liked using the Luger sometimes. I liked just going in with a pouch rig, even when I had options, I had money, I had a collection of weapons and armor to use. Oh, it's just barely out of range. I liked being able to go in with the bare minimum and still be able to show that I was competent at the game and to be able to succeed with nothing, essentially. And that one update really took that away from me. And they did eventually fix it, but at the cost of making the game more like Tarkov. Now it got to the point where if you got shot with anything anywhere, you started bleeding. If you didn't have bandages to stop your bleeding, you were just going to bleed out and die. It was a pretty fucking shitty experience. It sucked. Like, what was the point of playing the game if one stray bullet from a random fucking scav could instantly fucking kill you? Well, I guess scav isn't the right word. That's Tarkov terminology. If one stray bullet from one AI could potentially cause you to bleed to death because you didn't have enough money for bandages, you were just stuck in this permanent state of being too poor to survive a raid. Like, period. And, you know, some could argue that you have that issue in this game, but like I mentioned before, if you run out of items because you keep failing missions over and over, you can still succeed with just a grappling hook. You don't really need any of these ninja tools outside of the grappling hook. Heck, I figure you could just beat the game without the grappling hook in a lot of cases, but, you know, the grappling hook helps so much, why would you not, right? That one archer there is really cramping my style. Come on, you. Should I just do this jump up there? Nah. But you know what? It's okay. We got a grappling hook for that. No, I guess we don't have a grappling hook for that. Ooh, that's bad. Let's try grappling hook up here real quick. Sure, we'll take that. Oh, another dog. Okay. So yeah, on those kind of ledges that are just head high, you can just walk forward just to grab them without having to jump. Which is also convenient. I feel like I'm not really good at this whole talking to the camera while I play a game thing yet, but that's fine. It's basically what I do in my streams that nobody watches anyways, right? I just kind of talk to myself while I play a video game. Hopefully, yep, he did. Okay. Let's see if I can't just come around here. Yeah, I didn't actually plan on playing this whole level. I really thought, you know what, I'm just gonna show off some combat and that'll be it.
What? A little girl like you defeated my dear sister?
I just
At least that's what I
gave her a
thought,
lesson in
you know.
manners. And you're next.
No. In today's lesson, you'll learn how a Myojin Soga master uses swords to avenge his sister.
Okay. Smoke bomb. Oof. I really thought I could get out of that. Oh.
Tazu, I have avenged your death.
Well, that's not quite how that's supposed to work, but like I said, this emulator doesn't run it very well. Not the end of the world. I feel like shit today anyways. But I just thought I'd make a video about how much I love this game. About how much I love the soundtrack. How much I love the atmosphere. How much I love the movement. How much I love the combat. I come back to this game maybe once every 7-8 years because it really is a masterpiece. A lot of people think that FromSoft's best games are those lame-ass Souls games, and I really can't get into them. They just feel so bland and boring to me. Combat's not actually all that great. I feel like the combat in this is a lot better. Even if, you know, to the uninitiated and to the uninterested, it just seems clunky and shitty. But I don't really care so much about graphics and spectacle and streamlining. And I don't really need all of that. I think this is a good place to stop. Actually, after this. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to... That's a nice title screen.